Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to give you 3 products which actually work. I've seen other videos going around telling the 5 best products that a cyclist can have, and creatine, etc, so that kind of stuff. Yes, they do work, but let's just go back to basics here. If you aren't doing the basics right and your bodily functions aren't working, none of those supplements are going to work effectively. So I'm going to give you 3 things which will focus on the basics, get things working, and then you can add those supplements in later if you really want to. Number 1, what if I told you I could replenish your testosterone levels, replenish your growth hormone levels, improve your cognitive function, and just give you more energy throughout the day? I mean, you'd pay a ton for a product like that, right? Yeah, all want that. Well, actually, you've already got it. Just most people aren't utilising it enough, and it's called sleep. And I've got my computer with me today because I actually wrote an article for a couple of clients a while ago all about sleep. So I've just got this here with some nice notes, and I'm going to go through it with you and explain to you how good it is and how much people neglect it because they don't understand how good it is. Okay, so I've entitled it "Sleep is King," and here's why. The shorter the sleep equals shorter your life. Now, this is fact. Sleep is all about your body repairing itself, repairing all the cells. No repair equals accelerated aging. Now that is a fact, and this comes from a doctor. Lots of clinics in America are all about anti-aging, and they all revolve around sleep. Okay, 8 to 9 hours is the optimum. Anything less isn't enough, and here's why. 8 hours is split into 2 sets of 4. First 4 hours you release growth hormone. I mean, if it was legal and you could race on it, people would be taking growth hormone. It is that good. The second 4 hours, the last 4 hours, your body releases testosterone. Fellas, if you ever wondered why you wake up with a boner in the morning, that's why. You release testosterone before you wake up. You don't have a boner, your testosterone levels are a bit low. You need to improve your sleep. Okay? But that sleep needs to be deep sleep or REM sleep. Okay, so no deep sleep equals no testosterone. Simple. Sleep deprived not only means you aren't thinking clearly, it also means you eat more bad food. Again, this is a fact. This has come from clinical studies that have been tried. Bad food choices equals weight gain. If you've got bad sleep, you're not thinking clearly, you eat junk food, you put weight on. What are cyclists trying to do? Lose weight, stay lean, power to weight ratio. Getting the gist? Sleep is not like a bank where you can save up credit for later or play catch up and make up for lost sleep. It doesn't work like that. If you've lost sleep and you're not getting your 8 hours in, you're never going to get those back, and you're slowly getting older than you would normally. The time of day that you sleep is important. Midnight translates to middle of the night. Our ancestors used to fall asleep when the sun goes down and used to get up when the sun comes up, and they would move with the daylight. Okay, a little bit difficult for us to do because of modern life and things like that. So you have to find your time of day that fits in well. And to help with that, there are 4 simple steps that you can do to improve your sleep quality. Doctors call it sleep hygiene. Number 1, temperature. Number 2, light. Number 3, routine. Number 4, screen time. Okay, let's go through those. 1, temperature. The colder the better. Any change in temperature will wake you up. So go back to your ancestors. They would sleep when it's dark. So as soon as the sun rises, temperature goes up, you wake up as well. You're naturally going to heat up at night time anyway. When you're releasing growth hormone and your body is repairing, it heats up through that process of repair. So the colder the better. Start cold, stay cold. If the heating kicks in, you've got central heating on a time or whatever in the middle of the night, turn it off. It will wake you up. Number 2, light. Again, darker the better. This goes with the temperature. So our ancestors went to bed when the sun goes down because it's nice and dark. When the light comes up, they'd wake up. Any change in light will wake you up, artificial or natural. So you need to dark as possible. Get some blackout blinds, curtains, whatever. Even before you go to bed, for the last 2 hours before you go to bed, dim all the lights, or even better, turn them off. and just get your brain ready for sleep. Trust me, it does work. Routine. Number 3, routine. Sleep at the same time every night, and your body is like a computer. It has to go through a shutdown process before it goes to bed. And if you go to bed at the same time and you've done the same routine, you will sleep better. The brain likes to be told when to go to sleep, so you need to do the same protocol, sleep at the same times, and you keep doing that as a routine. Your quality of sleep improves. When you're going to stay in a hotel or a friend's house or something like that, it will throw that out. But you go back home and you go back to your routine, and the sleep quality goes back to being good. Number 4 is no screens. This is a big one for modern day. Mainly mobile phones and computers. Don't use your mobile phone or computers in the last 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. Really, really difficult, but just set yourself a time limit. Say you go to bed at 10 o'clock. From 9 o'clock onwards, you are not going to be on the mobile phone. It's the light waves that affect your brain and keeps your brain active, and it will distract you from falling asleep. TV isn't too bad because it's got slightly different light, slightly different waves. It's phones and computers. It's a big no-no. Try and cut that out, and I promise you it will help. The other thing is you don't want any phones or electronic devices in the bedroom with you. Get them out there, out of the room. Again, it's the waves and the light, or people sending you messages at night time, and any noises, vibrations, etc. will wake you up. Again, this is all clinically tried by high-class worldwide doctors, and it's all fact. Product number 2. This will help you and improve your athletic performance, and that is protein. I'm sure you all know, I'm not going to bore you with the facts. Very, very simply, you're using your muscles and you're damaging muscle fibres. The harder the session and the heavier the weight, or the heavier the pushing on the gears, the more you're breaking muscle fibres away. And you need to reattach those muscles to make the muscle stronger, and the muscle can grow or stay the same size. If you keep breaking those muscle fibres and they never reattach, then your muscles get weaker and weaker, and then eventually you'll have an injury. And the weaker the muscle, the bigger the injury. Tears, rips, strains, whatever. All of your cells are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are collectively known as proteins because there's so many of them. Okay, your muscles are made up of proteins. So when you break those muscle fibers and you're trying to reattach them, you need to put in protein to help repair the muscle. You need to put like for like with what you're trying to repair. You're breaking down protein, you need to repair the protein, so you put protein in to repair it. It's the simple principles of it. To be honest, I don't care how you get it in. If you are vegan or meat eater, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever it is, you can find protein in anything, any food source you can. You can then also, I'm a big advocate of supplements. If you want to have slow release, fast release, diet versions of it, all-in-ones, whatever. The principles are you want to get the protein in, and then I would stick with something very, very simple, which is a bit of an all-in-one, which has everything in there. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh, why am I going to listen to this guy? Well, I was sponsored by Reflex Nutrition for a number of years, and then ended up working for them for a number of years as well. So I got all the training of how they get the milk from the cow through that process into this tub for you, the consumer at home, to drink. And knowing which companies use the right ingredients, have a very good process, and come out with the best product going. I know people that do that badly, and they cut corners, and there's cheap manufacturing processes, and there's cheap ingredients that go with it. So I've just been there and seen it firsthand, and got all the training and all of the knowledge about everything in that process, from cow to shaker. And I've tried all the different variations of it, like I say, slow proteins such as pea protein, vegans, etc. And just know which ones work for me, which ones work for everyone, and how that affects a sports person. More specifically for us, we're talking about cycling. Yes, you need to get it through your foods as well. You can't live off of liquids all the time. The actual chewing of solids is what your body wants because it produces enzymes in your mouth and that helps break down food and etc. You need to eat solids and then you also need to drink the protein shakes as well. They are called supplements because they supplement a good diet. General rule of thumb was always 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight per day. I weigh 70 kilos, 1.5 of that will be 105 grams of protein per day, and I would say that now is a minimum. And if you're training more than that, especially during this lockdown period where you've got some time, you're training more, and maybe you're doing some gym and some bike stuff like that, I would comfortably say you could go for like 2 grams per kilo or even 2.5 grams per kilo. So I could get away with 140 plus grams per day. It's eggs for breakfast, it's chicken for your daytime meals, salmon is very, very good, tuna's alright, and then protein shakes on top of that. And the whole idea is the training is really important, but the recovery process is like way, way more important. So the recovery process sorted, you can then train the next day, and you can train the day after and the day after, etc., etc. And you can actually get into a proper training program, training habits, and actually get somewhere and make some gains. If you're always run down, you're always tired, you're always injured, you're never ever going to move forward and never progress. Number 3, last on the list, and by no means the least, is vitamin C. I've just got these 3 in the flat with me at the moment. I have them all the time. You can't fault them. If you want the best on the market, I would always say Solgar. Been around a long time, considered the best. They are the best. They don't scrimp and save on where they get their ingredients from and their manufacturing processes, and you actually get what's on the label. No faffing around. Reflex actually have just come out with a new vitamin C capsule. They've never done one before. This is just out this month. And I'm not going to lie, it's a slightly cheaper alternative. That costs about 20 something pounds. That costs about £6. And then I also have Tesco's own 1,000 milligram, and these are dissolvable that I can put in water and drink them. So you don't want to be taking tablets the whole time. It's quite nice to drink it. This one comes in lemon and lime flavour as well. So actually I have one of those in the morning first thing. The first thing I drink is that. So it's just, you can see there's lots of products out there. I would always go for a minimum of 500 grams per capsule. If you can get the 1,000 in, just means that you're getting a bigger serving. I'd have to take 2 of those for one of those. So it's your body can take a lot. You can consume a lot. Some dietitians tell you your body can only consume around 500 milligrams per sitting. But actually that's been tried and tested by many research studies and stuff like that you can actually get away with a shed load. There are a lot of high profile doctors that take 2,000 or 3,000 milligrams per serving 4 or 5 times per day. So they're taking more than 10,000 milligrams per day. So you can get away with a lot. If you've taken too much because you start shitting through the eye of a needle. But around about like 1,000 in the morning, 1,000 after training, your immune system's super low, you want to get your vitamin C in, and then you can have another one before bed if you've had a big session or you're worried about colds, flus, etc. like that. If you travel in and out of London, commute in busy areas, you probably want to have lots of vitamin C. So that's how to take it and what it looks like. Why would you have vitamin C? I mean, it's considered to be, out of all the vitamins, it is number 1 by a country mile. Basically, a bit like protein, it protects cells and builds cells from just about everything. If you want more energy, have vitamin C. You want to protect yourself from any illnesses and bugs and stuff, yes, including coronavirus, you want to take vitamin C. You want to help rebuild skin, proteins, etc. You take vitamin C. It does just about everything. It's almost like medicine. Okay, so I've just got my book here, my nice big thick manual, just as nice reference points because there's just so much stuff to remember over. It's always nice to have a little reference point. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid. Pretty simple, vitamin C, everyone calls it that. Protects cells from free radicals and antioxidants, especially when you're training. Free radicals and antioxidants all enter in the body and they're trying to disrupt things. Vitamin C gets in there, kills all that off, and then goes in and does its job and starts repairing and fixing things and regulating the body and keeping it healthy. Really, really good one, especially for women and endurance people, cyclists. Improves iron absorption. So the longer your sessions, the bigger your endurance, your iron levels drop low. Women have a lower iron count than men as well, so for women to start doing endurance sports like cycling, their iron levels drop very, very low. If you take the vitamin C and an iron supplement and eat lots of spinach, your iron levels will go up, which gives you more energy, you're going to recover more, you're going to cycle better. Simple. Helps regenerate other vitamins like vitamin E as well. Helps build collagen, which again is norepinephrine and carnitine. Both are, well, norepinephrine is a hormone which helps with energy levels, and carnitine is an amino acid which helps with energy levels. So if you've got more vitamin C in there and it's helping promote those two, win-win, you get more energy. L-carnitine also is a great amino acid for weight loss because it helps you release more stored calories. And more specifically, more stored carbs. So you can take the L-carnitine to release those, help you burn more calories off to give you more energy. And at the same time, you lose weight. Superb. SIS used to make a L-carnitine gel many years ago, and then it got a bit of a bad press from Team Sky, and some of their riders were injecting liquid L-carnitines for fat loss, etc. It worked an absolute treat, but it got a bit of a bad name, and all of a sudden L-carnitines off the product list. But you can get it in capsule format or in liquid. You can drink it, swallow it. It's very, very good. And the other really important thing with vitamin C is it metabolizes cholesterol into bile acid. So cholesterol is generally good for the body. Your body makes cholesterol and it stores cholesterol, and it does that on purpose. Now, if you're not producing bile acid, then your cholesterol builds up and then it becomes unhealthy. So, but if you're building up that bile acid, then the cholesterol will attach to the bile and it passes through. So your body will only keep as much as it needs. And cholesterol, again, is very, very good for bodily functions, energy, etc., and digestive system. So you can get your supplements like that, and I do strongly recommend that you get some Solgar, even if you just have it like straight after training. So after training, your immune system's super low, you can take the vitamin C and it will help fight back with those free radicals and your immune system, and then just start the recovery process a lot faster. You can also get it through colourful fruits and vegetables. Citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, etc. are very high in vitamin C. The other one is organ meats, but I mean, I say no more. Who's going to eat that? Like I say, if you're eating too much, you're going to get the shits. If you're not eating enough, things like poor wound healing and structural repair, bruising, slow collagen rebuild, and even if it's really, really low, poor dental health. So, but from a cyclist point of view, repair, energy, iron absorption. There you go. That is sleep, protein, vitamin C. And if you can get these three basics like dialed in, bang on, your body will work so much better. You'll naturally feel better. You'll be thinking clearer. You'll have more energy to ride, and then you can start introducing other supplements into the routine. But you need to get the basics right, and you will see and feel a difference. But if you haven't got the basics right, doesn't matter how much creatine powder you put in your body, it won't make you go faster. Get these three basics right, and you will be fitter, faster, healthier. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and comments below. See you in the next video.